Exactly 1 year ago, I hosted the first ever Unstoppable Badass event. It was exactly a year ago where all of the badasses arrived in Florida. It was Orlando, Florida, where everybody met for the first time. I was meeting my clients and some of the other people that weren't clients that came to this event a year ago, where people were experiencing levels of transformations that go beyond a Zoom screen. A year ago today, women were in the room with other empowered badasses, feeling so seen, sharing their heart, being so vulnerable, sharing things with people that they wouldn't even share with their husband. And this is the power of getting in the room with people who actually get you. And so a year ago was the first ever Unstoppable Badass event. And now we're preparing for the second event, 2.0, happening at the end of May in Toronto. And I really want to talk about why I created the Unstoppable Badass event, because there's really two reasons. So when I was on my journey of conquering binge eating, I struggled with my relationship with food for over 10 years. And, I struggled with body image insecurities. I was comparing myself to other people. I would look back at old photos and tear myself down because I'm like, why don't you look like that? I was thinking about food 24/7, obsessing over what I was eating. And one, obviously, you feel alone, right? When you are going through something like this, your friends don't talk about it, coworkers don't talk about it, everybody who's struggling with it, they're not talking about it. And so, of course, I felt alone in this. I felt like nobody else is going through this. Like, I'm the only person going through this. And so there's a lot of isolation. There was a lot of shame. There was a lot of, I'm the only one going through this. And aside from that, of feeling alone, I didn't even feel like the real me. I felt like I was living this double life where everybody on the outside saw bubbly Lorna, saw Lorna so fit and motivated and driven and committed. But internally, I didn't feel that way. I felt like I was living life on autopilot mode, where I would wake up in the morning, do my morning routine, go to the gym, work out, eat a bunch of food, come home, binge, go to bed, wake up. And it was just like this constant cycle. And I felt like this wasn't me. I felt like this wasn't the life that I was meant to live. Yes, I was living it, and I lived this life for 10 years, but I knew that there was something better for my life. I often share I had a great relationship, great career, great family life, but this whole food thing, it was consuming so much of my time, so much of my day. And I thought to myself, this isn't me. This is not me. I grew up a competitive dancer. I always worked really, really, really hard towards things. And, I would say that I put a lot of effort in a lot of things in my life, which is why I was so successful in dance. I danced for hours and hours and hours and hours. And that's why I got very high scores. I competed in the World Championships for Germany for Team Canada. In school, I got good grades, not because I was smart. I memorized my way through school, but I put in the hours. And so I had this track record, and I know many of you guys can relate, where it's you go all in, you are dedicated, you're driven, you're committed. And I got so many results in all other areas of my life, great relationship, great career, all these other things. But I couldn't figure out this whole food thing, and it just didn't feel like me. And so on my journey, I realized that it wasn't just about conquering binge eating. And there's a comment here I just saw here. I think it's Jean. She said, you said in a post that overeating in and of itself is a trigger because it's so uncomfortable, so you keep on eating to get a dopamine hit to make yourself feel better, and it flipped a switch for me. Well, I am so glad. Thank you so much for sharing that, Jean. You're incredible. I appreciate that. Sometimes it just takes one thing, you know? Sometimes it just takes one sentence for a coach or a mentor to share something with you, and it's like, holy shizballs, I see that differently. I often talk about like the pair of glasses, just a complete side note. It's like when you put on a pair of glasses, the thing that you look at changes, right? So like maybe you put on a pair of glasses before, and maybe it's like diet culture lenses, right? And you're like, oh, I can't eat this cookie. Oh, why am I so full? There must be something wrong with me. And then you put on another pair of glasses and you're learning from somebody, a coach, a mentor who's gone through this, and they share one line with you, like what I did with Jean. And it's like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. I didn't think that overeating would be a trigger to eat more. Like, holy moly, you see life in a whole different perspective because you have a different pair of glasses on. So I'm glad that was supportive for you. So anyways, going back to this story, right? I just didn't feel like the real me. And I realized that I wasn't just binging. I wasn't just thinking about food. I wasn't just thinking about my body 24/7. I felt disconnected from me. Like the real me, like the bubbly, fun, outgoing Lorna. I felt like I lost her. I felt like I was so disconnected from her, disconnected from my intuition. Like, am I hungry? Am I bored? Am I sad? Am I tired? Is this a craving? Is this an urge? I don't know. Am I hungry? I don't know. What do I want to eat for breakfast? I don't know. Do I want pancakes? Do I want eggs? Do I want oatmeal? I don't know. I felt so disconnected from my body. I felt so disconnected from my intuition. When people would say, like, just listen to your body, and I'm like, that's great for you, but like, I can't hear anything. My body doesn't tell me anything. All I feel right now is like uncomfortably full. Or I'm thinking about food. So my body is actually not telling me anything. And I always felt like people had something that like I didn't know. Or like people had like some like magical solution that like I wasn't aware of. I'm like, why can all these other people look so amazing? And here I am, I'm working out, I'm eating healthy, I'm waking up early, I'm going to bed like the grandma that I am. And I felt so disconnected. Like I was binging. I loved eating healthy, but I would eat too much. I was working out like no problem, but I would be stuffing my face with like 5 to 10 cookies late at night, every single night. And I'm like, what the heck is wrong with me? And I felt like there was this badass that was within me, and I felt disconnected from her. Like I knew that I could live a life where I woke up every single day full of joy, where I could be this intuitive person and food was the least interesting part of my day, but that wasn't my reality. And so I recognized that I didn't just need to heal my relationship with food. I needed to heal the relationship with myself. I needed to start seeing myself differently. Just like I was telling Jean about like the pair of glasses, I needed to put on a different pair of glasses to see myself as this badass that I already was. The badass is within you. She's not far away. You're actually not disconnected from her. Hello from London. Ooh, UK? The UK? Is this the UK? I've got some clients from the UK. So you're not disconnected from her. Like she's actually right there. And something that helped me was I stopped thinking that this binge-free version of myself was far away, that this confident person was far away, that this person who felt so confident in her own skin that she was far away. I stopped thinking she was far away, and I said, she's actually here. Like The unstoppable badass version within you, like she's always been within you. But you might feel disconnected from her because of a few different things. One, you're giving your power away to other people. You're asking other people, what should I eat? I don't know, should I eat this? I don't know, like what time should I get up? Should I journal in the morning? Should I do breath work? Should I meditate? Should I do a cardio workout? Should I do weights? Like, what do you think? You're outsourcing your power to other people. And I did this for so many years, whether it was like asking my mom, my sister, my husband, like the littlest things, like what should I have for breakfast? Should I buy this dress? And you're like, I don't know. Like, do you want the dress? I'm like, no, but you have to tell me. Like, should I? When you constantly ask other people, what should I do? You are dimming down your intuition. And you wonder why you feel disconnected from your body because you're not listening. And I did this for so many years. I'm like, my intuition's broken. No. My intuition wasn't broken. I wasn't listening to it. And the reason it felt like it was turned all the way down was because I was outsourcing my power. I was looking to everyone around me. How should I eat? How should I work out? Oh, this person's doing this workout and she looks amazing. I'm going to do that. Oh, this person gets up at this time. I'm going to get up at that time. Oh, this person journals and meditates before 7 a.m. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And I said, F that. Because I did that for so many years and I felt disconnected from my body and I was not happy. And so I started saying, like, the badass is within me. Like, I can build my intuition because we all have this beautiful intuition. I can rebuild my intuition. I just got to stop looking externally. And I got to believe that I could be her. I could be this unstoppable badass. Instead of looking at all these people at the restaurant who can effortlessly stop when they're full, or you go to social events and people can just have like one little thing of pie and like just move on with their day. I was like, that could be me. That could be me. And I started feeling like myself again. The food noise started to go away. I started feeling my intuition. Like I would get these nudges. I remember this one time, it was 2022, I believed. And, you know, of course, I'm a business owner. I help other women conquer binge eating, obviously. And I remember Andrew, because we used to do like calls. We used to do calls before like anyone joins our program. Like if somebody wanted to join my program in the past, like I would get on a call. And I hated that. I'm like, I don't like this. Like, this is not me. It didn't feel in alignment for me. But I was told that that's what you're supposed to do. And so I remember telling Andrew, I'm like, I'm going to stop doing these calls. And he's like, well, how are you going to grow your business? I'm like, I'm feeling something. Like my body's just telling me that there's a different way. I can't explain it. I don't know why. No one's telling me to, but something is telling me. And I was like, oh my gosh, is this my intuition? I think I found my intuition. And so I stopped doing those calls before. And I said, if you want to join my program, if you want to work with me, send me a message. Just send me a message and let's have a conversation. That felt so good for me. And that's how my business started growing and growing and growing and growing. Why? Because I was in alignment with it. I realized that was my intuition. Nobody was telling me to do that. I felt this pull, aka my intuition. And so you have an intuition, but it feels like it's broken because you're not simply listening to it. You keep on telling yourself, I can't trust myself. Oh, but like, what is this person doing? I have to do what this person's doing. You have to do what feels best for you. You have to do what your body is telling you. And I know that's so frustrating because, again, I came from feeling like my body's not telling me anything. But I recognize, like, we all have a beautiful intuition. And so that was a realization. Like, I wanted to work on my intuition. I wanted to strengthen my intuition. I wanted to trust myself. I wanted to make fast decisions because everything took me like 900 million years to make a decision. Like I would open up the fridge and I'm like, Well, I mean, I could have the pasta, I could have a salad, I could have a smoothie, I could have oatmeal, I could have eggs. Like, I would just take such a long time to make decisions. And that's why people think about food so much, because when you take such a long time, like I could have this or I can have this, overthinking is the reason why people think about food so much. And I just made a TikTok and a reel on that. And so I wanted to get back in tune with my intuition. I wanted to trust myself. I wanted to be more decisive. I wanted to feel like the body that I was in was actually mine. Because when you're bloated, it's like, this body doesn't feel like mine. When I was overeating, like just eating so much, I didn't even feel like that was the real me. And so I wanted to get back to the real me. And a huge reason why I created the Unstoppable Badass event, which is an in-person women's retreat, small intimate women's retreat, is because I was like, if I felt this way on my journey, I know so many other women are feeling the exact same way. And as I was coaching clients and helping them conquer binge eating and work on their relationship with food, they were telling me the same thing. Okay, but like, I still can't trust myself. But like, I want to be as intuitive as you, Lorna, but like, I feel like I don't have an intuition. I'm like, you do. And like, there's a whole other level of things that we can be working on. And once you know how to eat and work out in a way that feels best for you, you'll never look to see what anyone else is doing ever again. When you are decisive, you don't have to spend 30 minutes going back and forth, overthinking, doubting yourself in your head. You can spend all of that precious time. You can spend all that precious time with your family, with your kids, with your hobbies on more important things. Because overthinking is exhausting. Thinking about food, thinking about the way that you look, thinking about how much you ate today. Did you get enough protein? Did you make the right decision? Oh, man, I didn't do the one part of my morning routine. This perfectionist mindset, beating yourself up all day, that drains your energy. And so I wanted to create the Unstoppable Badass event for the first reason of helping you become this unstoppable badass and recognizing that she's within you. You just got to clear all of the things that are holding you back, doubt, insecurities. I can't trust myself. Like the story that you're telling yourself, I can't trust myself. Like you have to let that go. Once you do, you are going to be someone who's decisive, who can fully trust yourself, where you're like, I'm the most intuitive person that I know. So that was the first reason. And again, even my clients were like, I don't have to just work on my relationship with food. Like, I also, like, I'm overthinking all the time, or I'm comparing myself to other people. So there was a gap for that, and I wanted to fill that. Now, the second reason I created the Unstoppable Badass event was, so with my clients, I started doing something called a connection call. And so on Zoom, everybody would come up, and it was different than a coaching call. So in a coaching call, people would come up on Zoom and they would ask me specific questions. And of course, I would give them personalized coaching. But a connection call is when I'm still there, but all these people are connecting with each other. I put them in breakout rooms, and they can connect with other people from around the world who've either are going through conquering binge eating, working their relationship with food, and everybody is sharing, what's working well for them. What tools are best supported for them. When did you first start having body image insecurities? Oh, okay, that was the root of my binge eating. Ooh, this is going to support me in becoming less impulsive food. Ooh, this tool helped me not give into my binge urges. And not even, like, it was even beyond food. Like, even we have conversations about, like, belonging, feeling seen, being unapologetically yourself. Why are you still caring about what other people think about you? And so all of these ladies were connecting with each other, and they're like, oh my gosh, for the first time, I don't feel alone. For the first time, I actually feel like there's people who understand me. And I was like, this is so profound. I don't want to just do this on a Zoom call. Everybody was having these breakthroughs and feeling seen. We were having dance parties. Like, it wasn't just so serious. Like, we had dance parties. Everyone was having breakthroughs. People were like, for the first time in my entire life. Like, I shared things with you guys that I've never even shared with my family. And I was like, I need to bring this in person. Like, a Zoom call was so transformational. I actually did this one exercise with my clients where they went around the room and they shared what they saw in every single one of the ladies. And these ladies were like crying, because there's nothing more powerful than somebody mirroring back to you how they actually really see you. Like, I know you think that, you're too much, but honestly, what I see in you is that you have the biggest heart. I know that you feel like maybe you can't express yourself, but I think you do such a great job, and honestly, you inspire me. Like, this is what was happening on Zoom calls, and everyone was having like these like moments of, wow, like somebody actually sees me. And then that's how you start seeing yourself differently. When you're around other people who are negative, who talk like just are negative and like unhealthy to be around, then like you see the world in that way. And then you surround yourself with like empowered badasses who uplift you, who are like, I see this in you, like I see your heart and you're so special, and I love how vulnerable you are, or I love this about you. You start seeing yourself that way. And that's how you start shifting yourself into this unstoppable badass woman. And so I was like, oh my God, this is a breakthrough in and of itself on Zoom calls. I'm like, we're going to start doing this in person. And so last year I hosted the first ever Unstoppable Badass event in Orlando, Florida, and it was amazing. And this year I'm going to be hosting it in Toronto at the end of May. And so this event is going to help you do all the things that I shared inside of this training right now. You're going to become the most intuitive person that you know. You're going to be decisive. No more overthinking, no more doubting yourself, no more like, should I eat this? Should I not eat this? No more like obsessing over the way that you look. You're going to feel amazing in your body. You're going to start falling deeper in love with yourself. You're going to start seeing yourself the way that everybody else sees you. Everybody else sees you in like this beautiful way. Like you're a great mom, and you're like, yeah, but I don't do this good enough, or I'm behind on this. Of course you see yourself, again, you have one pair of glasses where you see yourself like, oh, I'm a mess. I am an overthinker. I have way too much on my to-do list. I'm overwhelmed all the time. And then somebody else is like, I see your heart. I see your vulnerability. I see your drive. I see how much you care about other people. And again, that shifts you. You literally have an identity shift when we do these certain exercises. And being in the room, like actually being in person, is going to shift your identity so much faster. Like the ladies that came to 1.0, one of the ladies, she's like, I came here a badass and I flew home an unstoppable badass. Why? Because this isn't just like trainings, right? Like you're going to obviously learn from me. My husband is guest speaking as well too. He's incredible. He's actually a TEDx speaker. What? So amazing. You're going to learn from Andrew and I on how to actually strengthen your intuition, how to become somebody who is so damn confident in your own skin, who's confident in who you are, who doesn't care about what other people think about you, who's decisive. You fully trust yourself. Like imagine every single decision that you make. It's like unshakable. Like there's no going back and forth in your mind, like overthinking. You're just like, this is what I want to do. You're decisive. You're decisive, you're intuitive, you know what's best for you. You don't outsource your power to anyone else. Like you take your power back. There's going to be trainings on that. But the most important thing about an in-person small women's retreat is that you get to be seen and held and supported and loved by these other ladies. Last year we did a breathwork session. It was outside. It was beautiful. Beautiful weather. We were just outside on the grass, and I led a beautiful breathwork session. One of the most powerful tools to regulate your nervous system, become less impulsive with food, clear any limiting beliefs. And everyone ran around the room, and everyone was sharing. I believe the prompt was like when you're most in your power, when you feel the most unstoppable, like what does that look like? Or like what do you think is like getting in the way of you actually feeling unstoppable? And there was someone who was like, for so many years, I was this perfectionist. I felt like I needed to eat perfectly. I needed to look perfectly. My routines needed to be perfect. And that's kept me trapped for so many years because like it's hard to like uphold this identity of like I need to be so perfect and like I can't slip up, I can't mess up, I can't let people see the real me. And she started like crying because she's like, I've never actually even shared this out loud. Like this is very vulnerable of me to share, and like this is me not being perfect. And it was so vulnerable for her to share that, but that healed something within her. That healed her for the rest of her life. Her having a safe space to even share that with these ladies, that healed her for the rest of her life. And this is why I'm so excited about this in-person event, because this is not just a weekend retreat. This is a transformation that's going to last a lifetime. Like that one person who came to the event and she shared about her always having this like perfectionist and like this fear of not being good enough, not being perfect enough. Just her sharing that, that's healed years and years of shame. That healed something within her that can last her for the rest of her life. So this is not just a 2-day weekend retreat. This is healing years of unhealthy relationship with food, insecurities, doubting yourself, a lack of trust. You're going to actually build up trust in real time. You're going to actually build up that confidence in real time. We're going to be actually put into small groups where you're going to feel seen by these people, and you're going to have breakthroughs on the spot. It's not, let me watch a training. Like there's actually activities that you're going to do in real time to strengthen your intuition, to build up more trust, so that when you fly home from this weekend, you're like, I literally thought my intuition was broken, and like, I'm just so intuitive. I had this intuitive pull to go and call this friend, or I had this intuitive pull to go grab this thing at the airport, and it just felt so easy. Wow, I actually feel like I can trust myself. Like you have breakthroughs while you're at the event so that you can fly home feeling unstoppable. Nothing is stopping you anymore. So at this event, there's going to be trainings. Of course, there's going to be trainings you're going to be able to be a part of, but you're going to have small group interactions with these ladies where they see you. You're going to literally have interaction activities to do in the moment. So you're literally becoming more confident on the spot. You're trusting yourself more on the spot. You're healing your relationship with food. You're healing years and decades worth of body image insecurities. You're loving yourself more. You're going to feel so much more confident because they're the exercises that we're doing. Yes, you're going to, of course, like step out of your comfort zone. There's going to be things that stretch you, but that's the point. If you want to stay the same, this event is not for you. But this event, like I had somebody who's coming and she's like, I can't wait to do the work. I can't wait to grow. And if that's somebody that you are, you're like, I want to do the work. Like I want to do these deep dive exercises. I'm ready to put in the work. Like this event is for you because you're going to grow. It's literally impossible to not grow when you put yourself in the room. So there's going to be the trainings that you're going to be able to be part of, the small group interactions with other ladies who see you. There's going to be a breathwork session, which is so powerful in clearing limiting beliefs, regulating your nervous system, becoming less impulsive with food. Literally things that you didn't even know were like in your mind that like you're holding on to, that will just get released. I remember my first breathwork session, I was crying, but like happy tears. I just felt a level of joy that I've never felt in my life. And I didn't know that I needed that breathwork session until I actually did that breathwork session. Breathwork allows you to actually feel whether it's like joy or like a sense of release. It's so supportive in your journey. So we're going to do that. We're going to have an in-person badass workout session. We're going to be able to work out with all the badasses. And last year, some of the ladies were like pushing themselves out of their comfort zone, showing themselves what they're actually capable of, building mental resiliency and strength. And there were some ladies who were like, I'm actually going to sit this one out. They were literally tapping into their intuition on the second day. They would have never done that. They'd been like, oh, well, I have to participate. Like, I have to do this. I have to be part of this. And one of the ladies was like, I'm actually just going to watch. Like, I'm good. That's her tapping into her intuition. This is what I mean by like, your transformation collapses so much faster when you're actually in the room and you're in person. So you have the trainings, you have the community from badasses from around the world who's going to see you, who's going to help you rise into the woman that you're actually meant to be. We're going to do an in-person breathwork session, a badass workout session. There's going to be trainings with Andrew. There's going to be Q&As where you're actually going to get personalized coaching with us. Again, this is not just like, let's learn more information. This is actually about like, let's have a conversation. Like, what is getting in the way of you trusting yourself? We can pinpoint it within a moment. There's going to be exercises where in real time you're becoming more confident. You're becoming more intuitive. You're trusting yourself. Like, I'm getting so excited because, man, when you're in the room, we're going to have dance parties, we're going to have laughs, we're going to have breakthroughs. There's going to be tears of joy, tears of like breakthroughs. And if you're ready and willing to actually put in the work and you want to grow, like you value growth so much. Like something about me, I say growth is my middle name. I love showing myself what I'm capable of. Like I want to be the greatest version of myself. And so many of these other ladies that are coming to this event, they want to become the greatest version of themselves. They value their health. They value growth. They want to stop being this control freak. They want to be more spontaneous. They want to stop feeling like I can't trust myself. They want to be more decisive. And these are the people that you're going to be surrounding yourself with. And that in and of itself is so powerful because these women aren't just like women off the street. Like these are women who are also, investing to be in this room. They're like, I'm so ready to put in the work to grow, to heal. And that's who you're going to be around. So this event is happening May 30th and May 31st in Toronto, Ontario, with a special meet and greet the night before. And honestly, the meet and greet was one of my favorite things. It was one of the people's favorite parts of actually coming to this event, where the night before we actually just like, it's so chill. We just like all meet. You meet for the first time, like everyone from around the world is going to be there. And that's where like you just feel so safe. Like that moment that you just walk into the meet and greet, you're like, okay, this is different. This is a different event. Like I can let my guard down. I can be unapologetically myself because all these ladies have a similar path as me, and it's a judgment-free zone. Like, oh, I can finally like just be myself. Like one of the other ladies, like we saw her like dancing, and I just said to her, I was like, it looked like you were having the time of your life. And she was like, yeah, like once I feel safe to fully be myself, I just like let myself do that. And that healed her. Like that just made me so happy, where she felt so safe to just be her authentic self. Where do you feel safe to do that? Like I know for, many years I didn't feel safe to be myself. I didn't even know what my real self was because I was always putting on this front, always trying to be perfect, always trying to be like this perfectionist queen, got to look a certain way, got to eat a certain way. And when you just feel so safe to be yourself, it's like, it's so healing. So I'm so excited for this event. And like I said, if you want to stay in your comfort zone, if you're comfortable with where you're at, that's amazing. But this event isn't for you. This event is for someone who wants to show yourself what you're capable of. You're ready to feel like an unstoppable badass in your own skin. You want to have more confidence. You want to be more decisive. You want to trust yourself. You want to be able to feel so confident in how to work out, how to eat, how to like the best routines that are best for you. Like stop giving your power away to other people. This is where you actually get to feel like the real you, the unstoppable badass woman within you, who deeply loves yourself. Like there's no more shaming yourself, judging yourself, getting in your head, comparing yourself to other people. Oh, they can have this, they can look like that, they can have this effortless relationship with food. No, that can actually be you. And you got to see yourself that way. And again, the fastest way to start seeing yourself that way is by having other people mirror back to you what they see in you, and you start seeing yourself that way too. That's what happened to me when I attended an in-person retreat at the end of 2024. I had somebody share to me, she's like, Lorna, you're actually so confident and funny. And like, I kind of knew that, but it's easy to brush that off. But then I was like, wait a minute, I actually am. And then I felt even more unstoppable. I was like, yes, like I actually am. And this happens to all the other ladies inside as well too. Like they're like, oh, like, one of the other ladies, she was always like so quiet on Zoom calls. And I met her in person. I'm like, you're actually so fun. And then she started seeing herself that way. She started having more fun in her life, even with her kids, just on a day-to-day basis. And she has more joy in her life. So you get to experience so much joy, so much magic in your life. You get to feel incredible in your body. I don't care what anyone says, like, choose, heal your relationship with food or feel confident in your own skin. Like, F that, you get to have it all. You get to have the best relationships, the confidence, that you got to be intuitive, you got to be healthy, you got to have an effortless relationship with food. You truly got to have it all. And at this event, I'm going to show you how to truly step back into your power, connect to that unstoppable badass woman within you. Hi, Tina. So that you can feel unstoppable. Nothing is stopping you. Nothing is getting in the way of you feeling amazing in your own skin, having that effortless relationship with food, being decisive, being an intuitive badass, being spontaneous, going with the flow, having so much joy in your life. You get to experience this, and I'm so fired up. So if you're interested in coming, again, this is a small, intimate woman's retreat. If you're interested, you can message me ticket for details. People are flying from all around the world to come to this event. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. We've had clients, like last year, someone flew from the UK. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can fly and come to this event. So message me ticket, and I'll send you all the details, and I cannot wait to see you in person and for you to experience a transformation that will go way beyond the 2 days. Like, this transformation will last you a lifetime. The friendships, the connections. I had 2 people that came to the event, actually 4 people, they roomed together. So 2 people roomed together and 2 people roomed together, and they are still friends to this day. Like, they build real friendships because, again, where can you find other people that get you, who are also so committed to growth and becoming the greatest version of yourself? You talk to the people at the bus stop, you talk to people at work, and they're like, I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted. You go to a party and you're like, what's new? And they're like, nothing. And you're like, okay, well, now I feel depressed. And then you get in a room full of other badasses, and everyone's like, I just can't wait to be the greatest version of myself. I'm here because I want to be a better role model to my children. I want to heal like a decade-long battle with food. Like, I just want to be the best version of myself. Like, that's who you're going to be surrounding yourself with. So it's impossible to not grow and become unstoppable when you're around other people who have the same vision and mission as you, who are just as committed and dedicated to you. So send me a message, ticket, for the details for this in-person intimate women's retreat, May 30th, May 31st in Toronto. I cannot wait to have you there and to hug you, to have a dance party for you to experience breakthroughs. It's going to be incredible. So thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to see you. Message me, ticket, for the details, and we'll see you guys soon.